Right, hello, this is a quick unboxing of my new HD PVR 2, and because of the light in this room it's not overly great, but there we go. Yeah, so I've picked this up to hopefully make LPing a hell of a lot easier. Now, I know the opinion on these is pretty much torn between this one and the Elgato one, I believe. But to be honest, I really don't care. They probably both have the same strengths, weaknesses, and yada yada yada. It really doesn't matter. It's like people that moan which is better over the PS3 and Xbox. It doesn't matter. They both basically do the same thing. Right. See if we can focus here. Yeah, so there you go. You can connect your PS3, 360, and pretty much anything if you have the HDMI adapters to this, and it will record whatever you're doing with no performance hit. So it's not like Fraps. It's not very taxing. You just click record and off you go. It's got its own software. You can live stream with this as well, which is way above what I'm going to be doing. So it's quite a neat little unit. I'll just give a quick overview of it. Now, focus please. You're not listening. Definitely not listening. There we go. Yeah, so these are supposed to be about £160, but I managed to find this one for 118. Obviously brand new, as you can see. So I'm just going to show you everything that comes in the box, and we're going to have a look at the software and some test videos a little later on. Okay, so let's open it up. Right, the box is now open, sealed at the top with one of these sticky pad things. I actually cut myself opening this thing up. But there we go. That's the risks you take with these things. Right. And if we can just pop that open. Right, now, what do we actually get in the box? Now, apparently, you get quite a lot with this one, which you don't in the Elgato. But again, I'm sure you get stuff that offset that with the Elgato version. Yeah, it looks like a rather generic plug. Yeah, because the Elgato, I believe, doesn't have to be connected to a power supply. It's powered through USB or, you know, something like that. But this one has to have a actual dedicated power source, so keep that in mind. You get, what's that? That's the USB. No, that's a HDMI cable. According to the back of the box, that is a 2 meter HDMI cable, which is very handy. What else do we get? We get a component because, from what I understand, you cannot record a PS3 through HDMI on these units because there is some kind of encoding anti-piracy thing on the PlayStation 3. Now, I have heard some people say that that's actually been disabled now and taken off, but I can't say for sure. But anyway, so that's your PS3 component cable, which is pretty cool, really, that they just add that in, considering Sony don't even add that into the actual fucking PlayStation 3. We have a USB 2 cable, which is where all the data gets sent to whatever device you're recording on, be it laptop, PC, Mac, whatever. I assume this is Mac compatible. And another HDMI cable. It's pretty cool. In the description it said it comes with one, but nope. I can confirm there's 2 HDMI cables in there. So that in itself is pretty cool. What else we got? Now this is the converter, which I'll get into in a bit. I'll show you, I'll explain that in a minute. Let's actually have a look at the unit itself, which is tiny actually. It really is. It's bloody tiny. Let me just open it up out of the box. Here's the unit itself. I don't know if you can really see how small that is. It is very small. It's very light. It almost feels it almost feels empty, if I'm honest. But yeah, there we are. On the back, On the back we have the power, USB in obviously, AV in, HDMI out. Now obviously you connect whatever you want to record into there, then that's the pass-through, and then you connect that to your TV, monitor, whatever, and away you go. There's no lag with it either, so it's a one-to-one pass-through, so you don't have to set this up on one monitor and then, you know, play your game on something else or anything like that. So that's pretty cool. I'm hopefully going to demonstrate that at some point, hopefully soon. There's a light there for, you know, whether it's on or off. There's a shit ton of vents, because obviously this being an encoder, it is going to get very hot. And in fact, you can see there's a fairly beefy heatsink in there for this type of thing. There is a second version of this that has it's got one port down here which I'm not sure what it is. It looks like a microphone jack, but I'm pretty sure it isn't, and it has a digital optical in, so you can record in 5.1 surround sound. That's a little bit advanced for YouTube. I'm pretty sure YouTube doesn't do 5.1. I've got a 5.1 set up, and I can't say I've ever noticed it in YouTube. Even when you're watching things like the Halo video they did, the high production things that Machinima do, I don't think there's any kind of 5.1 in there. So that I wasn't really too bothered about that. But it has a LED light that you can see in the middle that goes right the way around the box, that will tell you what state it's in, what's it doing, yada yada yada, which I'll have a look at when it's actually plugged in. Now this cable here, I'll open it quickly. This cable here is your component adapter, because obviously there's no component slot there. There's only HDMI, but there's that AV port, AV in. And what you do with that, instead of using the HDMI in, I believe you just click that in, whichever way around it goes. There we are. And then that is for your PS3. Anything really that uses component. You could use your Xbox on it. I'm going to probably use that for my Wii and my GameCube stuff, because there's so many games I want to do now. But yeah, so that's just like another option. Now it is a proprietary cable, and the problem with that is people always whinge that, yeah, if it's broken you're buggered, basically, because nobody else makes these cables, you can't get them anywhere, you either have to send off or whatever. But Hauppauge, or whatever the hell they call themselves, actually has a clause on there. If you buy one of these units, they will replace any of the cables that go faulty for free, which is really, really cool. That's another little bonus. So that's the quick overview of the actual unit itself. Now, one of the cool things about this device is that is the record button. So you don't have to be looking at your PC software or anything like that. As long as it's set up and ready to go, all you have to do is have your device connected. You could be looking at your Xbox on your TV, think, oh, you know, I want to start recording now. You could be having a very good game in something online, or you could find a bug or a glitch that you want to, you know, show. Instead of having to load up your computer and all the rest of the crap with the other ones, all you've got to do is push that, and off you go, starts recording straight away. Really cool, like that. Anyway, that wraps up this pretty much. So like I said, you get your two HDMIs. That's your USB 2. That's your component HD cables for your PS3. That's your other HDMI cable, and your power adapter. So yeah, not a bad little lot really, especially if you can get it cheap like I did. £118, supposed to be 160, something like that. Anyway, thanks for watching, and more of this sort of stuff to come soon.